Normally for mid to late July, we should be around 90, 91 degrees for afternoon highs, but we did not come close to that today because we're still evaporating all this excess moisture from all the rain that we picked up, not just over the weekend, but over the past several days beyond that, or prior to that rather. And not to mention with partly sunny skies and a northeast breeze, it looked quiet throughout the day from indigo sky, and temperatures stayed below normal once again. We did that yesterday with highs in the mid 80s, lower to make that upper 60s this morning, then bouncing back into the mid 80s this afternoon. Even though Mother Nature's been spoiling us as we have had to deal with too much summer heat this month, our luck's about to run out. I mean, I'm tracking a few more very warm days for the next few days, mainly highs in the upper 80s, but despite maybe a slight chance for a few isolated storms Thursday and by early next week, the summer heat, we've held it off for so long, but it will return with authority, especially as we go into early next week. In the meantime, though, still looking okay from 7th and Range Line. Mostly clear skies up top, 73 with the northeast breeze very light at 3 miles per hour. Dew points sitting in the mid 60s, and that gives you a good idea of where temperatures will eventually bottom out as we go into the overnight and certainly by Wednesday morning. Most of us are in the lower to middle 70s, as low as 72, still as warm as 77 in Chanute. 72 was that number in Milnet, by the way, everyone else in between. But the dew points, they've been okay. They've been in the mid 60s all day. They're starting to climb back up, but they usually do at this time of the night. So mid 60s to about 70. Yeah, you can kind of feel the humidity outside, but it's not adding much to the heat index. Feels like 72 in Carthage and maybe a few degrees warmer. Feels like 79 over in Chanute. But again, we're all dropping back into the 60s tonight with nothing going on here. In fact, it's due to a little area of high pressure, little but strong enough to keep a front to the north and a front to the south, and that's where the big rain chances will stay. And not to mention this jet stream setup. It's actually picking up some of the smoke in the wildfires out west and carrying it around the ridge and through here. That explains a bit of the hazy look that we've had throughout the day. But a few more days with that upper low keeping that heat to the west, so we'll definitely see that result in another warm day for tomorrow. Not before, though, we get past a mild start of the morning. Again, mostly clear, no threatening weather whatsoever tonight as lows drop back to 66 degrees. A light east breeze stays light throughout the day, maybe turning southeasterly at times, but that should be enough to nudge temperatures just a little warmer. 82 by noon, and I see most of us topping out around 87 for Wednesday afternoon. Let me show you Thursday. That upper low moves along, and as the ridge builds back in, a weak wave could ride along the jet, wants to bring a few isolated storms Thursday, but most of us stays dry. But look at Friday, Saturday, and into early next week. Any weaknesses in the ridge might bring a few isolated storms on Monday, but the big story with that ridge, the returning heat and humidity. Before it returns, though, 87 tomorrow, 89 Thursday, 91 on Friday, then pushing into the mid-90s for a hot and humid stretch going into early next week, Jordan. And it's a shame, too, because we've been spoiled so much for much of this month. It's only a matter of time before summer came back.
That ruthless humidity had to return, didn't it?
Yeah, so it was only a matter of time.
Nick Kelly, see you in a little bit.